Yeah, this hasn't aged a day to me. This is what and also it's like, I don't care if Michelangelo's gonna forever say cowabunga in a '90s way.
All right, well, welcome back to Core Memory, a podcast about movies. I'm Cortney Warner, your host, and this week I am so excited to have a very special guest on the pod. He's an absolutely hilarious comedian. He's also a certified cinephile. Please welcome everyone, Andre Churchwell.
Woo! That's me.
That's
I'm
Andre.
I'm so sorry. I meant to like research. What did Drew talk about? Like movie talk about? I know you
Oh,
said some people already did Aladdin.
oh yeah. Well, people have picked it. I'm not gonna. So I'm trying to like make. So Drew Harrison, who was on last week, he did Angels in the Outfield and Dazed and Confused. I know.
That is good pick.
I mean, I was like, when I rewatched Angels in the Outfield. Hello, kitty. Sorry, it's audio only medium, guys. But there's a very cute, fluffy cat on the screen.
He's gonna
Um,
still.
hello, kitty cat. But no, yeah, Angels in the Outfield. What a tearjerker! Oh my god.
Yeah, because all you as a child, all I know is, okay, they're playing sports, and
Yeah.
then, now, if you get even teenage-wise, it's like, "Oh, dad's leaving? Oh,
Yeah.
like, there's no hope for this oh, no, we're
Oh,
gonna adopt you also, little boy
yeah.
that is gonna be next to me."
And literally, like, how progressive. That was such a progressive movie. Interracial adoption, big fan. Well, you know.
Oh, yeah, you would. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you would.
I mean, I like it for myself. I don't know in practice if it's always the best idea. But anyway, Andre, how are you doing?
Well, I've been boning up. I've been,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
my doc there's cats just won't leave me alone when they learn there's a podcast going. But been watching to for this podcast, the documentary, like there's a documentary from 2014 on the Teenage Turtles about how they basically
Oh.
every time they ran into another medium that wasn't comic books, everyone was like, this is stupid turtles. No one
Yeah,
wants to buy this. We're gonna turn this down immediately, and they had to like shop it to different
yeah,
toy places, different cartoon places, different movie. Every single time they did, it was like, this is nothing.
yeah,
No one wants this is gross, or this is like not for kids. And it was
yeah.
like it's like it's one like 15 million, or it's one of the highest grossing franchises ever.
Yeah. No, and so audience, in case you weren't aware, I'm sure you'll see on social media and if you click on this podcast, Andre's picks are the first movie he ever remembers seeing, not in the theater, at home, is Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. And his
Mhm.
favorite movie as an adult is the classic, the acclaimed High and Low, the original, not the Spike Lee was on a tear remaking Asian films for a minute.
Yep. Yep.
And
He's got a thing for that.
they're all bad, I'm gonna be honest. I think Spike Lee is great, but man, at least the ones that I've seen anyway. Ninja Turtles, TMNT. It's the first time I ever saw this movie. I thought it was gonna be animated, but it was live action, and also shout out to Jim Henson. He's made a few appearances on this podcast now with other people's picks, of movies. Instead, this is the 3rd or 4th time Jim Henson has been involved in a classic movie for children that has stuck with you. So Andre, tell me about the first time you saw this movie.
I mean, it went through a couple of phases of I saw the toy, and then from the toy, I was like, "Can I get more of this?" And I turn
Yeah,
around, there's this whole franchise behind me. And I saw the cartoon, which made me think, "Oh, they made a movie of the cartoon."
that's what I thought it was gonna be.
And then I learned this is the second one.
Yeah.
Well, I did that with Ghostbusters as well. I believe this is my cousins introducing me to this because they were knee deep in it,
Yeah.
eating, I was wondering why they were so ensconced into pizza,
Yeah.
and it's like the pizza or stocks were just going out of the roof when
I'm
these movies came out.
sure. Dude,
And yeah, and it shoved me into Vanilla Ice's world, and I was like, "Does music get any better?" I just this all the multimedia thing, like,
Yeah.
there was video games coming out at the
Yeah.
same time. It was just like my whole world was Teenage Turtles. It changed my whole life. Um, I wanted I wanted to be that little, Asian dude, Ernie Reyes Jr.,
Yeah,
hanging with the
yeah.
turtles and fighting and delivering pizza.
He was a badass, yeah.
And
Well,
he played Donatello in the first one too.
dude, yeah, when I was looking kind of over the stats, so just I always try I don't it's not strictly like a movie factual podcast, but I do like to give a little stats up top. So, for those who don't know, Ninja Turtles came out in 1991. Jim Henson, he had dedicated to him. I think he did all the work on the suits or like he designed them, which they're terrifying but impressive. Directed by Michael Pessman. And then a bunch of people in the film who played the turtles who were live action. Paige Turco was April, and that was the one name that I wrote down because she was kind of the prominent.
She replaced Tennessee, star, Florence Pugh or somebody who was in the first one, who came by
For
the Belcourt during a
Oh.
midnight and was asked the question, "So which turtle would you bang?" And she was, like, drunk,
Oh,
and she was like,
no.
"What kinda question is that? Raphael, what are we
Yeah.
doing?"
Yeah, he's his most he's the smoothest, like, you're watching these basically, you're watching teenage boys, turtles, run around, and I'm like, "These guys are idiots." I'm like, "Oh, because 'cause they're, like, 14. I get it."
Dude,
Um,
I wasn't thinking they were teenager. I thought they were like, you're huge. You're full-grown adults kicking butt. But then, like, yeah, this is
and
kinda how boys act.
and I think, something that I noted in the very beginning of the movie that I clocked was, like, there's an opening scene with the pizza shop, and someone bites into that slice of pizza, and it just stretches, and I'm like, "How did they make that happen?" Because that's in the cartoons I know, but to make a piece of pizza in real life, just like, ooh, that cheese pull, I was like, "I want that." I can pause the movie and just get one of those, you know?
Dude, yeah, the whole production value of the movie is around food. There's these donuts that are
Yeah.
important. There's this, like, it's a real late you watch it with at a sleepover and just eat along with the movie level
Yeah,
movie.
like
Um
smell-o-vision.
Like, I know, like, now looking back, the opening scene kinda sets the template that this is for kids. The
Yeah,
first movie is, like, moody
yeah,
and darkly lit,
yeah,
and there's, like, the scene in the bar where, as a kid, I'm like, "I don't understand this," but they're having fun with the car and name calling each other and
yeah,
using the Force. But this one is literally slapstick,
yeah.
straight on. They do it like a Jim Carrey, like, a guy
Mhm.
getting pretending that he's a tall a
Yes!
giant
Oh my
doll.
god, yes.
It's what I wanted.
Yeah,
It's what I've always wanted. I didn't know this, but once I watched it, I was like, "This is all." And then all the fights are just like Three Stooges
oh my god,
type
they're so
fights. They're not.
good. Yeah,
There's no, like, the martial arts choreography of, like, Jackie Chan, that's out the it's all just, like, throwing things and, like, tricking people into running to walls
mhm.
and stuff.
Yeah, like that scene where they get, like, the ooze, like, the canister, and they're fighting against the bad guys. They're just, like
Well,
they're, like, surfing on the chairs, and they're, like, doing flips and stuff, and it's just so fun. Like, they're in peril, but it's like it's a kids movie, so you're like, "Oh, they'll be fine," and no one ever really gets hurt, which I think is really funny. Um, but Andre, I am curious, how do you think this movie impacted you as a kid and as an adult?
I often say Ninja Turtles saved my life, but I have no way of really I don't know what I was headed towards other than that. It definitely I thought, most of my adult life, I think up until, like, late 20s, I did not know I hated cheese and milk and cheese and everything, so
Okay.
I, in my mind, assumed pizza didn't have cheese in it because why would Ninja Turtles have something that I hate in their food?
Yeah,
That doesn't cross.
yeah,
So people always flip out when I'm like, "Less cheese on this." Like, this is what it is, dude.
yeah.
It's flatbread from China. Um, I think I think getting into this led to this led to immediately going into wrestling probably because Kevin Nash
Oh,
plays Super
yeah.
Shredder, spoiler. This
Yes.
all of these things are happening in the 90s at once, and they all kind of, like, are in this web of my childhood. The I it wa I wanted to be Mikey,
Yeah.
But because when you play the video game, everyone wants to be Mikey and grabs a controller, I had to decide to be Donatello. And
Mm.
so now the whole movie has flipped for me in how I view or who I want to see more scenes of.
Yeah.
And I like Donatello like legitimately now.
Yeah.
Like, he's smart. He's a guy who can just invent stuff. He's smart. He knows how.
Yeah.
But it's this also is a great thing of I love team stuff.
Yeah.
I like working. I like sometimes I do improv comedy with
Yeah,
folks,
you've done
but
theater too. You did theater with our good
you're not
who
supposed. Yeah, I've done
C
theater.
CJ and Sarah will both be on this podcast
I'm
eventually,
a
and
the
probably Deontay, so
I'm sort of a theater kid. This is coming out now. Yeah,
you don't say.
working with other personalities, I've learned from this, it's like, you can have a bunch of different people who all like Joe Rogan that have different backgrounds and different personality types. And I always like that in movies where it's like, well, you're gonna like someone from the
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 that's like not Leonardo, that's not the main dude.
Right,
Uh
right.
it's
Yeah.
never the main dude.
No, 'cause
Um
they're always the most boring. They're like the Mary Jane or whatever, yeah, not Mary Jane, Mary Sue. Mary Jane is marijuana.
Well, yes, they're the Mary Jane, but they also hold the glue together as the 2007 movie shows when Leonardo leaves to go to South America to
Dude,
learn how to be a better leader,
I
and then they're off
know.
on their own and everyone starts to spiral.
Yeah.
Um, no, this movie, I wonder if Vanilla Ice is in my back of my mind, is he ever gonna make a comeback in another
Mm.
movie like this?
Oh,
Is he
yeah.
ever eh when David Warner died,
Mhm.
I was thinking primarily of this instead of like his Shakespeare and other like Titanic and stuff or
Yeah.
him in Star Trek, but it's I don't know. It hit hard, and then when I watched the first one, and the first one is like a movie. The
It's
first one
cinematic, yeah.
is like they invented things, and if
Yeah.
you look really closely, you can see people's eyes in the turtles' mouths. It's very
Yeah. I mean, that movie, I did see that one, and that one, I did that scared me as a kid. I think I'm a little bit younger than you too, so I think when I saw that, I was, like, freaking out. I'm like, "This is
yeah.
horrifying." But
Yeah,
then
the
yeah.
nicest character is the grossest looking one, the rat, and it's like,
Dude, I know. That's the thing is,
can't
like, why they
reconcile that
so
because
I'm
ugly
curious.
things are evil.
That's as a kid, that's what because Disney teaches you that, but this ain't Disney.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I'm
dude.
curious, like, so this since you did a little more research with this too, so I'm curious what did the documentary have to say, about the movie? Because when you said you were watching a documentary, I thought you were gonna say for High and Low, and I'm like, "Oh, of course they made a documentary for High and Low and not Ninja Turtles."
Well, dude, yeah, the whole thing is the whole thing is geared around, like, the build up to the first movie. The second
Okay.
movie, it's literally like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is huge. This is like Star Wars. There's
Yeah.
lines around the block." And, like, it was, like, Jim Henson's last thing he saw
Yeah.
was, like, kids being told they couldn't go to Teenage Mutant Turtles in a line and, like, crying.
Oh,
It's, like, the
yeah.
last thing. He's like, "Wow, I really had an effect."
Yeah.
As
Yeah, no
um,
shit.
and it's, like, like, the month that it happened, they're like, "We need to get on getting a sequel going." And
Yeah.
what happened is they didn't get the same director because he was
Mhm.
immediately in demand. Like,
Of course.
he's the first director is, like, I think his name's Steve Brensett.
Mhm.
He's one of the world's greatest music video guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
he did Billie Jean, he did the Aha Take on Me video,
Okay.
and I don't need to name anymore
No, you don't. You're good.
'cause they're the 2 most iconic music video, and
Yeah.
he did Toneheads like, he was in demand
Oh,
from
yeah.
Spielberg,
Yeah.
and so they grabbed a guy who's, most famous for, like, this Dan Aykroyd vehicle called, like, Doctor Hey Now, which is
Oh,
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
a literature professor, taking care of a bunch of prostitutes that are gonna save his university.
Yeah.
This is what he's known for, alright? He's a TV director, and he did a good job because he was told, this is selling toys, baby.
Yeah.
We're selling toys, we're selling Vanilla Ice, We're
Mhm.
selling, we're trying to I wish to God they connected it. As a kid, I was very yes, disappointed is the word that
Yeah.
they didn't use Bebop and Rocksteady
Mhm.
for the movie because it's like that's clearly who these guys took and Rays are.
Oh,
The
yeah.
what does it say? It's a werewolf or it's a wolf and a snapping turtle, and it's like why don't they just
Yeah.
use the fun guys from that has the history of the show? But
Right.
the idea behind it was that Bebop and Rocksteady are doofuses.
Mhm.
They're doofus galleon. They're not threatening.
Yeah.
They're like the guys that Shredder like bonks in the head, and they wanted someone with like a level of threat and menace
Right.
as the final boss in the thing. Even though they're big dumb.
Also,
They're
they were
big
like
dummy.
they were babies too in the second one. It's like they were that's like so I'm like they weren't that scary. I'm like, "Oh, they're
Babies.
ugly. They're ugly babies. They're
But
babies."
But that was like a revel that wasn't in the trailer. That was like
Yeah.
a revelation in the movie story where it's like, "Oh my god, here they come, they're breaking out," and then it's like, "Mama,"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's that's fun.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I love it.
I'm just
I'm curious, do you still enjoy this movie? And I think I know the answer to this, but will you sit down and watch it and still enjoy it as much as
um,
you did as a kid?
it's crazy how any there's some movies that I just think about all the time, like Batman
Yeah.
1989, and
Around
I
the same
think
time too, and the same kind of effect, I feel like
yeah,
the
the
title.
I mean, when with VHS, basically, it's like I caught all these once VHS became the thing, and they
Right.
all re-released and came back out, and, it's essentially there are so many pieces of dialogue and scenes that I didn't know were just, like would just instantaneously transform me like a song
Yeah.
when I see it and hear it. It's a lot when, him and when they're in the new sewer, which
Yeah.
is like a
Oh,
subway
yes.
thing
It's really
that's
cool.
that's not like a danky dark, like,
No.
terrible place. It's like a cool fun which almost oh, shit, which leads to when I went to Teenage Mutant Turtles Live at Universal
Oh,
Studios, where
yeah.
they were doing, like they did, like it's like a mix of a rap pop album
Okay.
like, live theater show where Shredder would come in and invade and, like, they would fight him off.
Yeah.
Love it said it would, like they would use that kind of stage
Okay.
area where it's like
Yeah.
it looked like the movie.
That's
Um,
cool.
but yeah, yeah, this hasn't aged a day to me. This is what and also it's like, I don't care if
Yeah.
Michelangelo is gonna forever say cowabunga in a '90s way. I
Yeah.
don't care that their references are like, yeah, their references are wild, like,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be, like, as you say, like, teenagers, but they've seen so many movies down there.
They
They're
have, like,
referencing
yeah.
James Cagney, and they're referencing like, they're saying, like, I think I saw this in Grapes of Wrath when they go to
Mhm.
the farm, it's like, I don't know what that is
Right,
until
of
now.
course not. Yeah. So do you think so this is so interesting because I feel like, movies like that, especially kids' movies, they'll drop references in for the adults to enjoy as well, and I feel like, I feel like people say DreamWorks was kind of the catalyst for that, but I think it goes as far back as Ninja Turtles and movies like that too. So do you think that them dropping references in works for them versus some other movies? Because sometimes it feels like it's just shoehorned in to get the parents to be like, "Oh, I know. I know about
Well
The Godfather." You know what I
well
mean?
it is like kind of like, how they use it in Guardians of the Galaxy, where
Yeah.
you're watching turtles. You're not
Yeah.
watching people, and
Yeah.
so if they start talking only about turtle things, you'll
Yeah.
be kind of zoned out, and once they start talking about things that you've experienced and you're like, "Oh," it personalizes them and
Yeah.
makes you, like, immediately jump like, "I like those things," and so
Yeah.
you're right on top of it, and
Yeah.
each 4 of them likes separate, like, some like, Leonardo likes history, and Raph like
Mhm.
fighting, and Mikey likes cartoon well, actually, they all like cartoons, frankly,
Right.
and Dante
No.
likes technology, likes machines, but
Yeah.
it
No.
immediately cuts you through, that inner because like, the whole thing is now I watch it, and you can't not see the neck folds,
I
and the
know.
machinery, and the stuff, but once they get interacting, and they act like brothers or roommates, it's like
Yeah.
you can forget that in
Yeah.
most scenes.
Yeah.
Once you're laughing or once you're, like, seeing the move and stuff.
Yeah.
It's I think that's incredible that
I
it's
do
that
too.
good the what is it? The interface or the
And even
aesthetics.
the chemistry too between everyone.
Dude,
You
it's
feel
like
it. It's so good, and it also brings me to a good point too, where it's I feel like, it's obviously action, comedy movie, we see a lot of stuff like now there's superhero movies and stuff like that too, but I feel like with superhero movies, and you don't get a lot of them just hanging out and being friends. You don't see the Avengers and maybe Age of Ultron, they did that a little bit at the beginning, but, like, you
oh, they
don't
did
get
a
that.
lot of that, yeah. They actually
And
copied Teenage Mutant Turtles where they go to the farm and
yes.
hang out for no
Yeah,
reason.
I noticed that too, so I love that Ninja Turtles is like, yeah, we're crime fighting giant turtles, and our sensei is a rat, but also, like, we're homies, and I think that's what makes them stand out so much, because 'cause they're not just, like, action heroes, but they're, like, they're humanized as turtles, you know what I mean? And I've always really
Dude.
I like that a lot.
It caught on me so late, the adopt that they're, like, adopted and he's
Yeah,
their dad so
yeah,
late, like, in my head as a kid, like, "Oh, he's their sensei and they're, like,
yeah,
a fighting force." They're fighting and they're goofballs for no reason, which is what I
right,
like. But now it all makes sort of sense that he's trying to, like, teach them discipline and give
yeah,
them different weapons, give them different goals. Like the idea that Raphael was so aggressive that he gave him a defensive weapon. He gave him a
yeah,
stabbing one, but his
yeah, yeah,
sides are meant to be like defense.
yeah,
Sides are meant to like block. And then
mhm,
Michelangelo was given the most difficult weapon to learn to kind of
yeah,
concentrate, but he's like an idiot savant. So
he
he
really is.
instantaneously. If have you ever touched nunchucks?
No,
The
they're
first
too intimidating for me.
The first thing that I've had a karate class or 2, and they had, like, nunchucks for, like, different weapons there, and then,
Uh-huh.
like, I snuck you're not supposed to, but I snuck away. It's so amazing. The second you try to use nunchucks, you immediately hit your balls.
Uh,
It's not even like you get a second to enjoy whatever you're doing. You think you're just doing the twirl, but it's coming back,
yeah. Oh,
and it's
man.
the most difficult thing ever to not hit your balls.
Yeah,
But Michelangelo, in the first one you see, he's like spinning he's like beating he's like going into like competition, like
yeah.
like flaring, like emoting on that guy.
And one thing I like about too is that, I did notice this in the second movie too, that Splinter, like, like like the turtles cleaning up April's apartment and stuff like that. So it's like he's trying to give them life skills and, because and there's that one scene where they find out about when he shows that he has the canister, of the old ooze, and he shows like the name of it. I don't remember which turtle it was, but they're like, "Oh, maybe we can find out who we are and why we're like this and where we came from." It just you feel that sadness of just like, why are we here? And like what happened to the rest of our lives? And I just thought that was
Yeah.
that emotional gravity for such a
Well,
silly
they have
slapstick
to
movie.
yeah, they get along so well because they have to because they can't
Yeah.
go outside and, like, go to a movie or go to anything
Yeah.
unless they, like, completely cover up like Raphael does.
Right.
So I think the Seth, Rogen one does a good job of that, of, like, they
Yeah.
wanna hang out with people, but they look like bad guy as, like, the Disney thing
Yeah.
shows. They
They're
look like,
horrifying, yeah.
as Shredder says, they look like freaks, but they're super cool.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just I just love it. We're gonna move into the next movie now, which is so your favorite movie as an adult, we're switching over here, is High and Low, came out in
Okay.
1963. Yeah,
So
so tell me why is this Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
when you ask me this, I
Yeah,
have this thing where if I like a movie, I will obsess people that I'll obsess about it for weeks on end, probably rewatching it every
yeah.
day for a week. And when you ask me is when I was in that
Oh,
for
no.
High and Low.
Yeah.
I have now since moved on to Weekend at Bernie's 2, and then from Weekend at Bernie's 2 to Mr. Saturday Night with Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
And now to Mr. Feebles, but the Meet the Feebles. But I still feel like of those 4 movies, High
Yeah.
and Low is like just like a layered cake, like
It's
a
perfect.
chocolatey cake that is just
Yeah.
like you could watch it 6,000 years from now, and it's so
Mhm.
telling of humanity, and it's, like,
Yes.
reflective of right now, it's reflective
Mhm.
of when it was made, it's reflective of America, it's reflective of Japan, it's reflective of anywhere, it's reflective of men, it's reflective of women, and
Oh,
of rich and of poor, and, like, are we can we talk can am I allowed can we talk about spoilers, or is
Oh,
this
yeah, no, these
the
I
1961
don't
movie?
yeah, I don't give a shit about spoilers because that's not the point of this, you know what I mean? We're just here to talk we're here to geek out about the things that we love and what shaped us, so yeah, go for it.
Dude, I watched it at home a bunch
Mhm.
already. You could find it for free on the Internet Archive. If you
Yeah,
Google High and Low film, it's like the 3rd or 4th link down, or it's
yeah.
on HBO Max if
It's
you
on
wanna.
HBO, yeah.
Well, and they have oh, yeah. But when you watch it in a theater, as I did recently at the Belcourt,
Yes, shout
um,
out to the
shout out
Belcourt.
where I work, there is, like, a moment there's, like when you watch a black white movie at the Belcourt, it's like, "Oh, okay." It's like there's, like, a moment of, "Wow, we're being sent back in time. That's cool."
Yeah,
But I don't know if this movie. There's this apprehension, like, I don't know if this movie's gonna be, like, take or if this is gonna date. And
right,
there was, like, 4 or 5 audible gasps from the audience during the movie that I knew would happen
right,
because I was doing it at home. So
yeah,
I knew, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this movie has this in it?"
yeah,
And it's just it's like there's that scene in Wizard of Oz
mhm,
where it's like the famous thing of like when she opens the door and it's fully color and you're like, "What?" And like as a
yeah,
kid, you're like, "I thought this was all black and white movie. What's going on?
yeah,
This is like magic now?"
yeah,
This is the first one, and Akira Kurosawa did not wanna play with color because he thought he was like, "I am not experienced with color,
uh-huh,
and there's more history of black and white, so I will do what I can with what I have," when he
mhm,
totally could have, and then he took over. He paints like a master in
yeah,
Ray Ron, but he uses color for the first time in High and Low for the most dramatic climactic
yeah,
reveal, and the whole audience is like, "Wow, what is this purple?"
yeah,
There's purple smoke in a black and white movie, and it like
so cool.
and it still blows your mind because it puts you in the place of the characters of like, oh, of like, I can't believe I'm watching because it reveals exactly where the
Mhm,
criminal could be in the
yeah,
city, and it's also like, whoa, and it like stands out as like a picture of like this is the most important part of the movie.
yeah,
Um,
oh, it's so good.
it's like this feels like it could have been, though he was trying to stage it like like the way people.
Yeah, felt very theatrical.
It's very much every single there's so many characters in one scene for a lot of like half of the movie. They're all in this apartment and the camera can't move in. It's like trying to treat it like the camera wheels will ruin the carpet or something. Like it always stays a little back. But everyone is so perfect. You could sort of see it when I pointed out, but everyone knows their windows and
Mhm,
is always
yeah,
stops at the right point or runs in and stops or comes at a different angle or is in the right place to listen to that part of the conversation, that it's like once you start, like, going with the flow of the movie, you can kind of miss that and then until a really important scene comes up and it's like, "Oh, it really the visuals, the composition really hits you."
yeah,
'Cause he's like a painter.
yeah.
The thing to know about this movie that I always tell people is that it inspired Parasite,
Yes,
and
yes, I totally can see that. Anyway, go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
dude, like, I wouldn't have I and then I don't know why I didn't see that, because it's
I
so
saw it
clear.
immediate I saw it imme the even the title High and Low, like, I'm just thinking about the stairs in Parasite where you're going
Dude,
I thought that then I Googled it and I saw how many movies it's inspired after it came out. Anyway, continue,
dude,
but yeah,
with Parasite, I felt like I was just like, once people started pointing out things, it's like, "What movie were you watching?"
I know
I
dude, I
this
know.
every like, the phone use, the use of
Yeah.
the track, whatever, but with High and Low, it's like it inspired Parasite and it inspired The Batman as well, the Robert Pattinson one,
Oh, I didn't know that.
because the
Whoa.
second half of the movie
Yeah.
is all police procedural, and it's
Uh,
all, like, filed and meticulous, and this person found this or missed this or saw how could we have gotten here? It was in
yeah.
this location, and, like, the Batman sort of extrapolates that out with the city, with the rich parts of the city and the dirty parts of the city, like High
Mhm.
and Low, but it's
Yeah.
also like the crime is very, uh, detail oriented,
Mhm.
and it's revealed like they're putting together jigsaw pieces, and, like,
Yeah.
they're like sort of like, we know who it is, but we
Mhm.
can't get them
Right.
because it'll just be like they'll be go to jail for like 5 years. We got to kind of catch them, so we kind of have to know their path now. And it's
Mhm.
like, wow, I didn't think like Lost. I thought it was just like, let's get the bad guy. Like it's like
Right.
it's like more emotional and judicial uh with the characters because they've fallen in love with like the main character's romance, which is so nuts because he
Yeah.
was gonna just leave that other kid. He was just
Dude.
gonna leave it.
Bro, when he said that, he's like, "Well, they can figure it out. I need to buy this company." I was like, "What the hell?"
Oh, it's not your
Yeah, yeah. He was like, "Oh, well,
not
my son's
yours.
fine, so and my chauffeur can't afford it, so we'll just figure it out." That's crazy.
It's but it's also he understands
Yeah.
that that's real with people. It's like, "Oh, if it was your son or your mom,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
$1,000,000, or if I have to chop off all the hair, of course I have to do that." But it's
Right.
like someone else's in another country or another place
Yeah.
that I don't know as well. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'm not gonna
Right, 'ca
jump in for them.
right, 'cause it's like, "Well, I had to figure it out, so they'll figure it out," you
But
know?
it's also like,
Yeah.
if they're crying in front of you, it's a whole nother then it becomes a whole nother thing of, like, how much is
Bro.
your yeah, dude. It's
It's so good.
it
So
pulls so many different because he could have gone so many different ways.
oh, it really I mean, even when I started it, I'm like, "Okay," because I knew it was a film noir. I had seen bits and pieces of it. I hadn't seen it all the way through, and so it was such a delight to wa be surprised by so many things in the movie, and then, like, that's the tone of it, and then it kinda does switch halfway through with it becoming, like, a procedural where it's just like, "Oh, okay," and it just it's so far ahead of its time, so brilliant. It transcends generations, languages, cultures. It's just so good.
Yeah, it
So,
it wasn't it wasn't afraid of, like, "Okay, we're not following these people anymore. I know you're attached to them, but now we're following these
yeah.
people." And
Dude, it
now
kind of
yeah.
it's very much like, Alfred Hitchcock, with Psycho, you know what I mean? It definitely felt that way
Oh
to
my
me a little
gosh.
bit. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
Where
because 'cause
you
you're
follow
just kind of you're he in Psycho I was thinking Vertigo. No, in Psycho,
mm,
yeah, you're just kind of following, you're one step behind, you don't really know
yeah,
everything. You know more than what most of the characters know, but you don't know everything.
right, and then at some point, it's like, "Oh, we're not focusing on this woman anymore, we're focusing on this guy," like, "Okay,"
Yeah, to the
but
wall.
so I'm so I think you've kind of highlighted this too, but, like, just kind of in your own words, why was this your favorite movie that you were fixated on, you watched over like, why were you like, "I'm gonna watch this, and this is gonna be my thing." What drew you to that?
I think because I already like Kurosawa movies, and then
Yeah.
I'd never heard of this. I'd
Really?
never I'd never heard of it, and then it felt like I discovered something
Mhm.
in watching, and it'll still feel like if someone else watches this, it'll feel like you discovered a gem because it's like, "What? Why isn't this, like, world renowned? Why isn't this"
Yeah.
yeah, and because all this other stuff I mean, every single one of his movies is like a masterpiece,
They're
so it is
incredible.
sort of, like,
Yeah.
hard to dice through, but
Mhm.
I it's in a city, I can connect with that. It's
Mhm.
dealing with, the trials and tribulations of having and not having money, I can deal with that. You never see other, like, foreigners, you don't see black people or white people or anything until you get to the low section, like, that
Mhm.
they're encroaching in on the city,
Yeah.
which it is not treated as a necessarily bad thing, but it is treated as, like, they're not coming into the parts of the city that wanna stay separate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well and that they're afraid of becoming
Yes.
necessarily. And also parts of the city that apparently look like another planet because 'cause they're all of a sudden there's zombie people on heroin, which is like the earliest this is like
Yeah.
the earliest showing of, like, what heroin actually looks like on people.
Yeah.
Like like the Wire-esque level of people looking like
Mhm.
zombies. Like, I didn't know heroin was around in the '60s. Anyway,
Yeah. You
you
learn
know,
something new, but yeah, the movie is incredible, and I'd heard of it maybe because I saw that the Belcourt was doing a showing of it, but I hadn't seen it, where I'd seen, some of his other work and, like, loved it, but this one just hadn't really popped off, where it's like, it's so
no,
good and brilliant. It's kinda weird though, because it's like, yeah, it's hard to pick and choose, but, like, you think about someone like a more modern director, like a Tarantino or whoever, like, everyone knows every single movie he's made, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and, like,
And so,
my
like, why
favorite of
isn't
his is, like,
this?
Jackie Brown, but everyone in that is famous in other things, so Jackie
Yeah.
Brown's never gonna get that attention.
That is true, so maybe yeah, so I get maybe every director, like, I really like I know PTA has a movie coming out soon, and I really like Hard 8, but people don't really seem to like talking about that movie. Uh,
No,
crazy, I
who's in
know.
Heart yeah, who's in Heart 8?
Gwyneth Paltrow is in it. That's the one name yeah, that's the one name that's, like, before she, like, retired from acting to become crazy, and so this came out, one yeah, she was cooking. She was in her Oscar era, I think, but I'm trying to think who else was in it.
Yeah,
Was she oh,
well, she was, like, in no, like, box office movies, basically, she was just in art movies.
yeah, I mean, yeah, she did obviously did Wes Anderson, she did, Shakespeare in Love, all that stuff, but yeah, she was in it. I know that why am I blanking? It's not John C. Reilly. Maybe it is, but, like,
I think
someone
John
else.
C. Reilly was from
He
the
is.
jump.
Okay, yeah, but, like, yeah, there's always that one I guess there is always that one movie. I take back what I said. There's always that one movie for every director that people are like, they don't know it as well, but it's like, it's so good, you know?
Yeah, it's like the Bug's Life of movies, yeah, I agree.
Dude, Bugs Life is banging. Although people say Ratatouille is Pixar's magnum opus, I say The Incredibles, the first one.
Yeah, I mean, both of them written by Brad Bird, it's like Ratatouille feels like an indie movie essentially, where the plot
Yes.
kind of stops and it
Mhm.
becomes this personal thing,
Yeah.
and then Incredibles is the first, like, dealing with politics and real world,
And real
being involved
people.
and real people. Yeah,
Yeah.
real people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Versus, like, fish, I guess, or bugs, but no, but yeah, it is funny that there's always just one at least one in every filmography for somebody, studio director that is just like, why wasn't this more popular when everything is just as good, and lesser things are more popular. It's just interesting.
Well, like,
Um,
a lot of his stuff is Shakespeare adaptations or the samurai flicks feel like action
mm,
movies or, like,
yeah,
westerns, and
yeah,
then his noir stuff is just feels like boilerplate, down the middle, I'm just
yeah,
telling you a story,
mhm,
but, his idea of "I'm just telling you a story" also involves, like, the real world messaging and the visuals that are gonna leave an impact and leaving you at the end, like, questioning what is good, what is bad, and
dude,
what is morale like, why can't and that makes me pissed off. Like why can't just any like, at the end of Seven Samurai, it's an action movie. It
yeah,
makes you, like, feel like what actually is valuable in society and the people that we lose to further society. It's like, why can't, like, Fast and Furious do that?
right,
Why can't you
right.
leave I want you to it did on the 7th one,
Oh yeah,
but it's like, it just frustrates me, like, a movie could leave, just a action movie or noir movie could leave you leaving, like, breathless or
yeah.
something.
Oh my God, yes. Well, I think too, even with that ending shot where our lead character, he's all alone, and it's just like, what did he make the right choice? Did he do what was, And I felt that where I was just like, I was like, I don't feel good after. I love the movie, but I'm like, oh, like there was no clear, like everything played out the way it needed to play out. But like even with that ending shot, I was just like, was this the right decision? And what would I have done? You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, there was supposed to be, like, an ending of a policeman explaining to him, like,
Man.
what was gonna happen to him and, like, a kind of resolution, but, like, him ending on that makes you feel so fucked up
Oh yeah,
for the criminal, like,
yeah.
what happened to him? You guys aren't actually that far there's another movie, I think oh gosh, is it Straw Dogs I'm thinking of, where he does a
Oh
thing of,
yeah,
like, basically the cop and the criminal started off pretty much the same. What led to
yeah,
one being a thief and led to one
yeah.
being wanting to
Right.
dispense justice as he saw fit. And
Yeah.
it's like, but it's also the movie is just a cop lost his gun. Also,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
like that's just it. It's just boilerplate. But then he wraps it in like, well, I'm gonna have. Of course, I'm if I'm just gonna give you this, I'm also gonna make you wonder about your own life and society at large. And it's like, I don't know. It's frustrating because
Yeah.
everyone's gonna
It
walk away
is.
something different.
Right, because I mean, yeah, I feel like this movie, I wish I woulda saw it at Belcourt because 'cause I'm sure the chatter after the movie, I'm sure, like,
Well,
people talk who hadn't seen it before, probably or had seen it a million times, probably were like, "Oh," like, they had their opinions, and that's one of the best things about cinema. I know you're a cinephile, I'm the same
yeah.
way, obviously, and
I
it's so
I'm
beautiful.
so mad. Yeah, I'm so mad I missed the one movie of his that I really would have, like, killed to hear everyone talk about is Rashomon. Because that have you seen
Ooh,
Rashomon?
yeah. I have, yeah.
Because that's
It's
the one
oh,
where everyone has you have to have a theory
yeah,
and
yeah,
about what happened, and everyone and everything is true and everything's a lie.
yeah.
So everyone gets to, like, kind of be like, even the dumbest theory about it is true.
Which oh god, it's been a minute since I've seen it, so I don't know if I'm up on my theories, but what is so I don't
So
think I can give a good one.
Rashomon
So what would be your theory?
Well, okay, so the guy is dead, so something
Yeah.
did happen.
Well, yes,
Uh,
yeah.
so something naughty happened.
Mhm.
My guess is the lady isn't as clean as she's making out to be, because every other story she's like, "Ooh, no," but and the criminal, I'm guessing, instigated it,
Mhm.
but I get the feeling everyone's a little bit at fault,
I think
but I
so
feel
too.
like
Yeah.
the criminal could have extradited himself from the
Yeah.
situation, but he made it I feel like everyone made the situation worse.
Yeah.
But the fact is, that's the story I would want because that's all I don't have all the information.
Right, and that's kinda yeah, from what I remember of it, that's kinda how I felt walking away from it too. I'm like, "No, no one is innocent, everyone's a little bit complicit." And but everybody's I'm sure people have very strong opinions about that, be like, "No, certainly, there's certainly some, people whatever." And it's so it's
Well,
yeah,
yeah, you gotta have a strong opinion about certain crimes, yeah,
you do.
absolutely. That's why I think that's why, like, they picked, like, the sexual assault thing and Rashomon, so it's like
Yeah.
the audience cannot feel, like, gray about it. They have to, like,
Yeah.
make a choice about what actually happened, just like
Right.
I don't know if it ends with I gotta rewatch the ending. It's a short movie. Gotta
It
watch
is,
the
yeah.
ending if they're like, "What is the judgment?" Because I love
Mhm.
that they also interview the ghost of the dead guy.
Yeah, yeah,
That is so avant that is so anyway.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, again, he was ahead of his time. Just so good. It's like, I think about movies and I was talking about this with Cam Gumpy. We talked about Star Wars. That was well, that episode will be out at that point. The time that yours comes out. Just like how do you come up with these? How did people come up with these things back in the day when there was no precedent? They set the precedent. You know what I mean?
that is especially true with the Kurosawa. He had, like, a writers team,
Hmm.
like a TV show.
Yeah.
And apparently, he had one really old writer just kinda sit in the corner and listen to them create the story, and the
Oh,
old writer would just kinda say one thing that would change the whole like, for Akiru, like,
yeah.
they were coming up with, like, "Oh, is he's it's based off this kind of story, this Russian, like, play, and he's, like, he's dying and all this stuff," and then the one older guy was like, "What about if he dies in the middle of the movie and you just show the funeral?" And, like,
Yeah.
everyone's reaction is like, "Oh, that's good. Okay, alright."
Yeah.
Um, and like, for I think Straw Dogs is, like, the old guy was like, "What if, after he catches them, they just lay there and, like, kids walk by and sing, like, a kid song over them to kinda
Hmm.
change the whole tone of the movie?" Like, his thing was, kind of like Hitchcock, as you mentioned before,
Yeah.
constructing it and painting like, he painted storyboards. He was a painter before he was a filmmaker,
Yeah.
and, like, making everything out,
Hmm.
but then, apparently, when he got on set, he would be editing the movie while shooting it, just
I read that. That's crazy work. I know a few
so
directors who do that.
but it's like, when you do that, that makes you go like, "Oh, this guy's giving me a really good performance. Oh, the way the
Yeah.
movie's going, I think the criminal now is gonna be just more, uh like, we're gonna feel worse for him in
Mhm.
the end, and we should have more scenes that kind of show that
Yeah.
ambiguity and show him
Mhm.
alone, and so they added stuff based off, like, his own feedback of, like, not just looking at the dailies, but, like, trying to fit the pieces together as they're being made.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Guillermo del Toro does that. That's who I was thinking of, who also edits in the morning. He gets up earlier. He gets up like 4 in the morning and edits the dailies from the day before, and then comes in with all his ideas. So that if I think for Frankenstein, I saw Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi talking about how Guillermo would get up super early to come in with notes and everything like that, and it made for they said it was a very exciting and vibrant workplace environment because it was just like, oh, that performance was this is this. Okay, well that works. Let's keep going. You know, that's crazy.
Dude, and he's the guy who creates, like, a Bible and a notebook and draws
Yeah,
everything that everyone uses.
yeah,
He also improvised okay.
yeah. He improvises a little bit. I think it just as far as like he has his from what they said. I'll send you the interview too off air, but like he has his vision, but it's like, but he also is already actively like trying to work through it to make sure that it's all working the way it needs to. Really interesting. I don't know if I have that in me. I want to I have some stuff I've written I wanna direct, but I don't know if I would get up earlier than I would need to after a shoot day to start editing it, you know what I mean?
It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's like I I did a shorts and stuff in film school, but,
Yeah.
like, seeing friends who are directors, it's like, "Oh, you have to think of every eventuality that's
I
gonna
know.
happen on set." You have to think of, like, what if my actor just doesn't show up? What if
Yeah.
I won't have something to do? I have something we have something to shoot at least. You
Mhm.
have to have your brain set for everything not working and everything working at the same time.
Yeah, it's wild, honestly, and, like, I think that's why you meet directors, they're really weird, but they're also very, like, they're in the focus on the details, but also they can focus on the big picture, and that's a hard task, that's a lot for the brain to take on, I feel like.
God.
Um,
But also it's like a lot of directors, it's like now it's just like, well, we just gotta hey, like Spike Lee, like, hey,
yeah.
it's hard coming up with a new thing. Let's do a great old thing. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Kurosawa did Shakespeare, whatever. But
Right, but
it's
I
like,
mean, Shakespeare is a little different than, like, I don't know, like, Shakespeare I has existed, and it is versus, like, something as an interpretation of something else that someone tries to reinterpret, you know what I mean?
well, he's the most Kurosawa is has his own Wikipedia page for how many times he's been remade. He's kind of like he's like
Yeah.
uh film Shakespeare, where like everybody is kind of like uses him or takes from him. But have you seen Highest to Lowest?
No, I haven't. I saw the remake of Old Boy, and I was just like, "That's enough from me." Spike
Dude,
Lee and the
no,
remakes.
it's Old Boy's one of the greatest movies ever, and it's just like,
Oh,
I
the
can't
original. Oh, one of the great I mean, there's so many things God,
that just
I hope someone picks Old Boy at some point because yeah, for sure.
that just punches a hole through your head, and it's
Yeah.
like, I can't believe someone actually made this, but, the
For
the
real.
fact that it was even I think it was he was sort of in a Watchmen, Zack Snyder situation where someone's like, "We're gonna make it anyway, and
Mhm.
you're either gonna watch someone else ruin it or you're gonna ruin it. So you have a
Right.
choice." Like, handing him the gun where he pointed himself or someone else. Um,
Right.
but Highest to Lowest is good,
Oh,
but
okay, I certainly believe that.
I think it would have been transcendent if he made it just a full out musical be because
What?
it begins with Oklahoma. It
Okay.
begins with, "Oh, what a beautiful and it's a really great opening, like New
Okay.
York, and it's like drone shots, and it's like really like building you up to like, wow,
Mhm.
this is a majestic city. Um, and then there's people who sing to Denzel. Denzel Washington raps, and there's songs that are written for the movie. They were 2 to 3 scenes away from just West Side Storying this bitch, and
That's
just
crazy.
taking it into another because there's a music video with ladies twerking and stuff in it
Right.
as well, and it's like, "Oh, okay." I thought this was like a classic, whatever. We'll go. This is what it is. This is the genre we're in. Um, I just can't get over. So Denzel's like 72 or whatever,
Yeah.
and I can't get over when I was watching it when you see people were laughing because when they needed his character to run, did they get Denzel Washington to run at 7? No. No.
Yeah,
And he's
he's yeah.
like sprinter speed. Like, no, of course not. Of
Uh,
course not. And he's
I
like,
just
yeah.
I just can't believe they made it into a musical, basically. Like, what
Well,
in this movie what in the original inspired a musical?
well, once they took the idea that he is they say this like 8 times in the movie. He has the greatest ears in the bus he's like a music producer instead of a, shoemaker.
Shoe oh, I didn't okay.
So
Oh,
the idea of the guy being a shoemaker in the first one is like, it's this earthy thing. It's like he can go
mhm,
back to doing that
right.
with his hands.
Yeah,
And it's like an artist thing in the beginning where he's kind of like a distant I have a vision, but in the end it's like I can just go back to just making shoes like everyone
right.
else. And it's
Yeah,
just I'll be fine with that. But making Denzel, he's like a big time, the biggest music mogul you could possibly when all of them mix
yeah,
together and they're having a baby and it's Denzel Washington. And
yeah,
and 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 everyone comes to him and sings him songs and raps and send him stuff. And they should it's like it's not a musical. It
mhm.
is so and then of course the Spike Leeest thing of all time, the movie fucking stops
Yeah, oh
to
god.
just go, you know what? The Celtics suck. Dude, New York Knicks are awesome.
Yeah,
Dude, did you hear there's this thing called the Ebony Laws that New York tried to install, and it, like, shows a thing on his phone about black kids missing the Ebony Laws, like, this is so just a thing you are so obsessed about that you wanna put okay, but that's Spike Lee. That's
yeah.
his that's
That's
his
his thing.
deal, and it's gonna and it either dates the movie horribly or, like, would do the right thing and makes it like a art piece
Yeah,
where everything echoes even louder as years go on.
yeah.
But
Damn,
the beauty of High and Low is that it feels like it was, like, written, like, now. Like, it feels like it
it
was written
does.
about it feels
Today,
like
yeah.
it feels very hipsterish now. Like, it feels very
You know, and I find this, you're obviously a comedian, so you'll appreciate this reference. I remember someone saying that, like, I saw like a YouTube clip of George Carlin doing one of his classic bits about society and all that. And someone commented being like, oh, like, it's crazy that this is still that he was such a prophet. And someone commented below that being like, no, things just haven't changed that much because it's fucking bad out here. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what that is. So it's definitely interesting.
well, if you have a smart enough guy who knows history and is
Mhm.
observant,
Yeah,
when they actually put their mind to something, they can make something that's like universal and everlasting,
for
even
sure.
accidentally.
For
Um,
sure.
like I a lot of stuff that's really genius. Like he was really pissed off and he was motivated by Reagan. He was motivated by Nixon. He was motivated by
Mhm.
the things that were like he wouldn't be who he was if if like a decency laws weren't around, he went to jail, which really formed his whole thing of these laws in this country. Like
Yeah.
him writing and it's okay for the future. It just but it's also when you look at how it got there in the first place, it makes it just as powerful. I want
Yeah.
this cat wants to this podcast. Okay,
This cat wants to be the star. My cat's over here, like, eating her food. She's very chill.
no,
She's camera shy. Your cat is ready to be the star of the show.
no.
So I am curious as we're kinda wrapping up here. So, do you see any correlations between Ninja Turtles and High and Low? And if so, what do you think? And how have both impacted you? How do you think one impacts the other in your life?
As Dom Toretto says, I would say family. Um,
Yeah.
I don't like him valuing. I guess like
Yeah.
there's there is a kidnapped family member.
Yeah.
Uh, in both in well, they think there's a kidnapped family member. They go after what they believe is a kidnapped family member in both
Mhm.
movies. One lives in the sewer. That's the High and Low, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
um, come on. What?
I think
There
you
should
kinda
be
nailed it
way
though.
more.
I thought when I watched both, because I tried to watch them both close and, in sequence with each other, and I'm like, these do feel kinda like I can see why Andre enjoys both of these, and like, why Ninja Turtles impacts your movie decisions. Some of them now, and like why that movie was what you picked. I think family definitely is a big one, and also like I guess
Well, yeah.
like making decisions in moments of peril of like how am I going to handle this too, and both are like action. They're action adjacent movies as well too. You know, they're action movies I think, and they're both I think they both were very popular at the time, and I think Ninja Turtle still stands the test of time. I think I've never seen it before, and I was like, "This is delightful," and I think, obviously, High and Low is a classic, so but yeah, I think
Dude.
family Drew Davis is gonna love this episode,
Yeah.
but I think
Okay.
that's
'Cause I was
yeah,
thinking of
and
my
just moral dilemma
this is
the moral dilemma.
that well, I guess on a side thing, like, yeah, I'm into huge visuals more than like everything else.
Mhm,
I
yes.
like spectacle, and there's small and big spectacles in both. But yeah, I
Yeah.
never realized like I'm thinking of my favorite anime shows and my favorite anime director, and he always focuses on a primarily action show that's also about a father and son like
Yeah.
debating with each other, which is like almost
Yeah.
Shakespearean. But
It is, yeah.
I do
Yeah.
enjoy it when there's a little heavy mustard on the action where there's like family drama going on.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Interesting.
it. You do I feel like
Huh.
even with the other movies listed, like Oldboy yeah, there's some family drama going on there for sure. So I have a few rapid
Yeah.
fire questions. You're processing. You're
Huh.
processing, I can tell.
I didn't think about that. All right.
Yeah.
I have
I
I
mean, for
usually say what my favorite movie is. I usually say Batman 1989, but I'm tired of saying that. So I went with
yeah,
the
and
one
this
I've been
talk about something
nonstop
different.
talking about all with
Yeah.
it's high and low.
Yeah. I'm
But
glad
go
that you
for it.
did because I have some rapid fire questions to kind of round out this episode. Andre, you've been a fantastic guest, by the way. You've been so fun. You made my job very easy. So I don't think this
Oh,
will apply. Like you don't know, you've been great.
I
So
don't
I don't
know. It's
know.
just I feel like I let Kurosawa down. I feel like I could go in deeper with
I
high
think.
and low. I went in so hard with Turtles emotionally,
Well,
and then with high and
yeah,
low, I went a little
because
bit.
you've also
I don't
moved
know.
past it. You're watching other stuff now, and I think also this is only hour-long podcast. I
Yeah,
think
Meet the Feebles,
to
dude.
do if we were to do like 4 hours or something, then by me all means, you know. But I think just for my own like not mental bandwidth, but like computer bandwidth, I can only do about an hour. So rapid fire questions. And this probably won't apply to Ninja Turtles. Let's just do high and low for this one because it wouldn't really work. So if you could recast high and low with all Muppets, but keep one real human being, who would it be?
A whole Muppets, one human being.
Mhm.
I think having the ooh, I think having the low character, uh, the criminal antagonist
Yeah.
being the only
Yeah.
human would be interesting.
Oh my god, yes.
I feel like if you just had citizenry that were
Mhm.
the puppets, and then the high either the high is that could be saying something if the high are all puppets and the low that they meet are all real people. But you could
Yeah,
also be saying
yeah.
something if you're saying all of the high people are real and all of are it's such a because
Yeah,
it's such a juicy
it's so
plot
good. Yeah,
stake to go into
yeah.
that if you do color it more, it gets more robust. Like it's like just like
It
I'm really
does.
hungry.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was yeah, yeah, I was gonna say, you sound like you're really hungry, dude. But no, that's and I think that movie would be so interesting to do either way because it could still be it would be entertaining, but it'd be like, "Oh, what are you saying here with all of this?" So versus like especially with Muppets. And then to close this out, the final rapid fire question, what is your go-to movie snack and drink or one or the other if you only do one or the other?
Go to snack and drink. Uh it has habitually been the root beer and oh my god. Just give me something I'm chewing candy sweet wise. Either
Mm,
Twizzlers, either gummies. Now or Later's is my favorite candy because it's two candies in one. You get
Okay.
the hard and sweet now, or soft and juicy later.
Yeah. Ooh.
Um,
Yeah.
anything where it's like I'm chewing tobacco, like Matt thinking about the movie and kind of not and also trying to like not think about my problems and not think about my phone and just like concentrate on chewing,
Mm. Yeah. Oh,
just
I get it.
masticating
Yeah,
and
for
just
sure.
yeah, something that's hard on
And
it,
then
hard on the teeth.
you want a hard on, so while watching a movie. That's all
Yeah,
right, you know? Different kind of
you're
movie, I'm
I'm
sure,
not
you
out of
know?
context. That will not be taken out of
So and
context.
on not at all, not on a comedy movie podcast ever. So Andre, where can people find you?
Ah,
You gotta plug it. You
I
gotta plug.
like I like going plug. What do you think? I go to open mics. I go to Holistic Connection on Friday
No,
sometimes. I gotta
no. What's your
except I'm going to like
Instagram?
Atlanta. Oh, my
Oh,
Instagram.
nice.
It's my name, Andre Churchwell. I'll post stuff on my story every once in a while now.
Yeah.
Oh, Andre Church. I think Andre X Churchwell maybe, but
No, I think
I'm the
just
only Andre Churchwell on there.
yeah. I'll put it up on the socials and all that. And also Andre works at the Belcourt Theater here in Nashville. Definitely one of the best places in the world. You got to go visit him and go see a movie. Andre, I really appreciate you being on here tonight.
Go please see it early.
Yeah, please see a good one for the love of God. Don't go see. Well, never mind. I was gonna
Oh
say
yeah, go
something.
see Spinal Tap 2. It's actually the best thing. It's actually
I
really good. It's
I'm gonna go see
actually
the
about it's making fun of
good. I'm gonna go see
Spinal
the
Tap
new
2
T
makes fun of getting old and dying.
Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure about
Yeah.
that, like, but I wanna see the new PTA movie. I know that's coming out soon. I'm definitely gonna have more of your coworkers on this podcast as well. Well, Andre, again, I appreciate your time, and audience, I hope you had a great time listening, and we'll see you next week. This has been Core Memory, a podcast about movies, and I'm your host, Cortney Warner. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Please feel free to like and subscribe on anywhere that you get your podcasts. Would absolutely love the support on there. If you enjoyed today's episode and any of our other episodes, also we are on Instagram at Core Memory Pod. Please feel free to give us a follow on there as well if you want any behind the scenes tidbits or any kind of fun visuals on there. And again, thank you for listening, and we hope that you'll listen again soon.